welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be doing a solo playthrough of the Pirate Republic Africa Gambit. This is the second, or one of the second, it's a branching campaign, but this is one of the second scenarios that you can play as part of the campaign. And essentially what's happened here is we have grown to notorious, and they have sent out these pirate hunters after us. Now, I put out these red ships, the pirate hunter ships, just so you guys could help identify them quickly on screen, especially when other tokens, and so I can identify them quickly. But these are our two NPCs that were set up specifically for the scenario. They were added face up, so we're going to know where they are. They're going to move during the tidings phase. After the first tidings phase, they're going to try to hunt me down. What's nice about them is that they are pirates. So again, this is early on in the campaign, but pirates, as soon as I reach level 2, I will have initiative against these people. And so if I can accumulate, they each have 6 close quarters combat. This guy has 6 broadside, this guy has 8 broadside. I should be able to, just kind of scare them into running away. The trick with them, however, is that anytime I do enter combat with them, we're going to draw a random token, add it to that seaway, and that means we're actually going to have to take on both at the same time. Now, the objective doesn't specify whether or not I have to take on them first or second. Technically, I could take them on and then flee from the second one, and I believe that's still going to count, but we're going to try and take them both out. So in this one, really, in the first scenario, you were basically trying to pick up treasure and race it down here to Caracas, or you could take the easy way and get it to Nassau. But before you could really start doing that, you needed to build up your ship and build up your level. So that's basically what we're going to do. My personal mission that I have chosen is the Black Spot. This says a blood-curdling little piece of paper reads, "Doomed to change your fate, bring pirates hiding in Tobago to justice by sacking it." So Tobago is down here, or Tobago. Tobago is next to Trinidad, and so at some point or another, we're going to have to make it down here and scout this area and then sack whatever ends up being there. To at least complete our personal mission, or I guess we could take on other personal missions to try and complete it that way. After that, once we take out these 2 pirate hunter NPC ships, then we will have been successful. So let's go ahead and start off with the tidings phase. This flag here is going to give us the letter of mark. Now, I don't see any of those flying right now. Technically, this here in Curacao would give us passage, but it's a land site anyways. So, and this says, "It's good to be the captain. The commander has +1 hand size." Now, this is going to be interesting. Players adjacent to or in the same territory as the commander may pay the commander 1 to also gain +1 hand size. In solo, pay 1 outside of combat to gain +1 hand size. Okay, so I think I'm okay. I only have 1 to begin the game with. Now, that does mean, however, that I'm going to draw, and I'll just set this card off to the side here so I remember about it, but this guy actually is going to have a hand size of 5. This is kind of my dummy player hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to draw up 5 cards for him, and then we're going to roll the tidings die for him. So he is going to be then discarding 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. You don't even have to know what these cards are. This is purely a timer. We have 4 or 5 rounds, depending on whether we want to play easy or hard, to complete this mission, and I don't think that's going to be a problem. So there, they've done their thing, and now it's my turn. So let's go ahead and roll the tidings die for us. And so we're going to get +2 movement. We're bumping up to 5, and let's see what our starting hand is. Again, I didn't pay 1, 2, 3, 4, so my hand size is 4. All right, I've got a good amount of strike fear here at the beginning. I've got 2 merchant ships in front of me. Both of them are pretty hefty though. A 4 and 4 and a 5 and 5. I don't have the ability to get to 5. So I'm thinking what's going to have to happen is we take on a broadside attack. And again, I don't have to take on either one of these merchants at this stage in the game, but they're the easiest way early on to kind of earn some swagger and start moving up in level. So this guy's got, I could spend my lone reputation token to get this guy equal to that merchant here above Santiago. And I think that's what I might do. Yeah, just to get on the board. It's going to give me my reputation token back. I'll have 2 swagger. It is, however, going to go up into the enemies of the Pirate Republic area. So 1 more merchant would trigger. This one, however, has got a combat modifier on it. So I'm going to claim that one afterwards to build up some infamy. So the question is, how do I want to go about doing this? I think we're going to do this. So I'm going to spend 1 point of movement to sail down into here. And now I am in a area with an aggressive ship. So I'm now going to enter combat against that ship, and I'm going to choose, since I have initiative, to attack it broadside. I'm going to play this card here, and I'm going to spend my reputation that I got to start the game with in order to play the bottom part of this card. I'm choosing the broadside attack. My broadside attack is equal to or more than the enemy's attack, and so I'm victorious. Nice and easy. Generally, the close quarters combat is less than the broadside, but these merchants appear to be equal. Either way, this card has been spent. I don't get to keep it around. It's been spent. I am going to pick up this token here for a second. I'm going to gain 2 swagger. Way up here. Ugh. 2 swagger. Level 2 is at 8, by the way, and I get my reputation token back. Now, at this point, this token is going to go up here into the enemies of the pirate, and since I'm playing solo, once 2 merchant tokens make it up there, a navy ship enters play. So let's look at what else we want to do. Now, I don't quite have what it takes in order to take on this merchant ship as well. I have 4 movement, but I don't have the cards to get there. That's the problem. So I could have played this one in order to draw a card. Let's see. I could take it on. No, I can't. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna now spend 3 movement to kind of check out what's around me here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna scout. Yeah, let's just scout this one here to see what's there. All right, and this is a merchant ship. It's pretty similar to these other ones. So yeah, I'm not quite ready to take that on. Movement is kind of use it or lose it. You're gonna get reset to 3 at the end of the round, so I might as well sail back over to Nassau. I do want to get down here into Tobago in order to see that, but I kind of want to stay away from these 2 because they're going to come hunting for me, and I'm not quite ready to take them on. All right, so I used my last movement to move back up into some free waters there, and let's see, what else do I want to do? Maybe I should go ahead and spend some of these for their movement because I can't carry over all these cards into the next round. So I'm going to play this card to gain a movement, and this card here, Blackbeard's card, to gain a movement. So boom, boom. Those are going to go back up. He's technically giving me an additional +2 close quarters combat, but I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to go 1, 2, use up the 2 movement to get a little closer to Tobago here. I have only 1 card left. I can hold on to this card, which I will for the start of the next turn. So we're back now to the bot here, the commander. Remember, he's got 5 That's his hand size. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to draw 3 cards. He's going to go through his deck very fast here. He's going to roll this die, and that, luckily, means that he's not discarding any cards. So that's good and bad for us. It's going to, well, it's not really bad for us. It's going to put a slaver ship out, and so the slaver ship starts up here, and a treasure ship down here. All right, now if we roll this die in the future, it's going to push those ships around. He technically also would gain a reputation token, but he doesn't care about that stuff. So, best result for us. Now it is our turn. I'm going to reset my movement to 3. I'm going to draw back up to my hand size, which is 4. And I'm going to roll this die. And I get +3, so I'm up to 6 movement. Not bad, not bad. All right, now I have drawn a crew card. You might be wondering how I got this in my hand so early. This was a benefit from successfully completing the last mission. So that's how I got this into my hand. I also have a treasure card here that I keep my personal missions and my treasure cards under my flag card. This one, at any point in time, I can turn it back in to get 3 reputation tokens and ignore an enemy's broadside attack, which means I can just jump straight into close quarters combat against somebody that doesn't have, or I don't have initiative against. That I'm hoping to use against one of these 2 guys here. So let's see who we got here. All right, I think we need to just figure out what's happening down here in Tobago. So I'm going to use 1 point of movement to move down here, and then I'm going to scout. Now I can spend 3 movement to scout, or I can spend a reputation token to scout. I think let's, yeah, we'll spend the movement. 1, 2, 3. So I can either choose an adjacent ship token, or since I'm here, I'm gonna scout this land token, which is Tobago. All right, I draw one of these random cards or tiles, and we have, luckily it's a port. So it's a small thing, and it's gonna be easier to take out than a fort. So let's see if we can take this thing out now. Now to move from the seaway into where you're attacking whatever land tile is there doesn't cost any movement. But unfortunately, I do not have initiative against ports yet. So first thing I'll have to do is come up with enough movement to get around his broadside attack. I can come up with at least 3, which means I would gain 1 more. I would take a wound, but then I could go into close quarters combat with him. This guy would give me 3. There's 4. So these 2 here would give me what I would need. Ideally, though, I come up with, I use both of these here, boom and boom, to jump up to 6 movement. Then I can completely escape their broadside attack. But then will I have enough then if I spend these 2? Oh, yes, because, and I'll tell you why in a second here, these guys stick around for your entire turn, which is the benefit of having the crew cards. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to enter into combat. We're going to take care of our personal mission right off the bat here. We're going to enter into combat with this port. We do not have initiative against this port, so it's going to start firing at us. I'm going to play this shipwrecked sailor for his 2 points of movement, 1, 2, as well as this gentleman here, try again Meteor, this card for 2 points of movement, 1, 2. I now have to discard this card. It's been spent. My crew card gets to stay out though. So I have successfully navigated, avoided their cannon, their broadside cannon attack from their port. I don't know where they're hiding these cannons, maybe in somebody's windows, but now we enter close quarters combat. So I still need to be able to defeat 5 or more. Well, obviously I'm going to play this card here, Fire Ship. I don't need to pay the bottom part because we're already past having cannons now. So I'm just going to take this for the +3. And my Shipwrecked Sailor is also giving me the +3 I need, so that's 6. I don't even need to play this card. I can hold on to it. All right, he stays out, technically, because we're not done yet. All right, but I have successfully sacked Tobago. So we are going to get 3 more swagger and 1 more reputation. Boom. And we're all the way up to 5 there, so just 3 away. Now, unfortunately, this is going to go up. This is also going to count against me in the future. But I can put a token of mine on Tobago. That'll help remind me that I have successfully completed my personal mission. And I can go ahead and gain these rewards right now. So I can gain 5 more. So this is actually a really good play for me. I'm going to jump up to 10, which puts me now in level 2. I can scout for free once per turn. I have initiative against pirates. I'm going to gain a crew card, and this is going to allow me to gain an elite card. So my deck is jumping now. And I'm just going to stick this personal mission card back here just to remind myself that I did it. So let's look at our these are the 3 cards that I can choose for my crew card. So here once per turn, I can randomly get a card back from my discard pile and then use him for 3 broadside attack. That might be helpful. She is Queen Nanny of Maroons. She gives me 1 strike fear, and then I can use, so if I have it, I essentially could have 3 strike fear, or this guy's giving me a movement and 3 close quarters. I think I'm going to go Benjamin. I want to have Benjamin I want broadside attack as much as possible. This is going to go on top of my deck, so I know I'm going to draw him here. All right, and elite cards. Here are our 3 choices. We have Measured for Your Chains. This guy allows me to heal, but essentially rest. That's interesting. All plain sail is set. All plain sail is set. Okay. This guy actually gives me, I could spend him by spending a reputation and or exhausting a crew card to gain initiative over a pirate hunter, which is interesting. They're not out on the board yet. And this guy is, enemy has -3. So I think I'm going to go this one. I think we're focusing on getting cards that are going to help us take out these 2 pirate NPCs. Both of those cards go on top of my deck, so I know exactly what I'm going to be drawing. And I think now, when I had to produce the movement, I only had to show that movement was on my board. I didn't have to spend it, which is an interesting point to remember. Let's see here. I have not done anything down here along the bottom yet, so can't move up any people yet. I can scout for free. I'm not in a position to scout yet. I need to set this somewhere where I'll remember to discard it. So what do I want to do with myself? There's a lot going on here, but I really don't want to be messing around with these guys quite this early. Or maybe I do. To be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I'm in a pretty good shape with what I'm about to draw to take on somebody, probably this one. So let's then go 1 here. I'm going to scout for free, which is flipping this pirate token over. Okay. I spent 1, then I'll spend another 1 here, and I'll spend 3 tokens, 1 or 3 movement, 1, 2, 3, to scout this gentleman here. So I'm just kind of getting a lay of the land. If I want to take this guy out before the next tidings phase, I'm going to have to go through like this pirate there. So that's something to consider. Yeah, I really don't have what it takes right now. So I'm going to end my turn. I again just have a single card here. My crew card, which has been sitting out, is discarded. And we go to this guy, back to this guy. So he is, he didn't need to draw up any cards because he's already his hand limit. He is only discarding one. All right, so there we go. Pretty good for him. Back to me. I'm going to draw back up to 4. Still, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know exactly what I have. It's whether or not, I don't think I can get to 8, but maybe I could get to half of 8 and then 6. Means I'm going to take a bloodshed token, but I also don't know what is coming after it either. So, ooh, well. All right, so what this means is that a ship is going to come out. So we're going to dive into our token bag. We're going to pull something out here. And now we have the opportunity to escape this because it's the white one. So that is a Portuguese. We do not have the letter of mark with the Portuguese. So we're either going to have to attack them or make a run for it. I do not have initiative against Navy. I would have to produce 5 attack at least, which I could do. I maybe could try and do this. And then this guy would give me 4 and her, or you miss me bow. You miss me bow for 3. That would be 7. So I think I can do this. Actually, let's just go ahead and take on this token that has jumped out of the sea and get us some good swagger. Yeah. Okay. So they have initiative. They are going to try and hit us with a broadside attack. We need to get to, oh yeah, I'm not playing these. I need 10, so I need to get 2 more attack. So I'm going to play You Miss Me Bow to get that. So that's 4. Yeah. This is going to jump me up to 5. All right. No, I think this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play this card here, and I'm exhausted. I still get to utilize the text here. I just can only use, I only have 1 crew card. If I had multiple elite cards, I would have to pick which one I'm using Benjamin Hornigold on. So I'm using Benjamin to get down here to the bottom. So I'm actually going to jump up to 6. That's still not quite 10. So I'm still going to have to take a bloodshed token. All right, so I take that. We'll put that like up here so we don't lose it. But it's giving me, I could choose to bring him down to a 7, but that's not good enough. I'm going to use this, so 3 plus 3. I'm going to get to hold on to that plus 3 here in just a second. Also, I'm able to randomly pick up a card from my discard pile, so let's see who we got here. We'll just take our discard pile, we'll shuffle it up, and I've got, ooh, the other crew. That's actually pretty perfect. So, I have now entered close quarters combat. I could choose to flee, but I'm not going to. I just have to get to 6. This card is giving me 3, and this card is going to give me an additional 3. So that is my 6. I have defeated this Portuguese naval fleet. Luckily, defeating Navy fleets doesn't trigger any enemies of the Republic. This is just going to go back in the bag. I'm going to get a extra reputation, and I'm going to go up to 16. So I'm actually pretty close to level 3. This card is going to be discarded. Crew cards stay out. Elite cards do not. So there we go. I took care of that. And now I'm feeling pretty confident, but not quite enough to get to this gentleman here. So if I were to sail over there, I've got plenty of movement. I cannot get the necessary fear or broadside attack. This guy's giving me 3. This guy's giving me 1, so that's 4. This guy would give me 6. Now this guy allows me to draw a card, but if I get into it with this guy, not only am I going to exhaust everything going after him, but yeah, I just don't think I'm ready. So what can we do here? Who can we take on? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's take on a merchant ship. I want to go after this merchant ship because I'm going to be able to hold on to it. Eventually, it's going to allow me to get another elite card. So I'm going to spend 1 point of movement to sail into this area here, and then we will enter into battle. I already have initiative on them. I already have sitting out here 4 broadside attack. I'm simply then just going to play this one, which will go into my discard pile for 2 more, but also allows me to draw a card. So here's the card I drew. This is one specific for Blackbeard. I have the necessary broadside attack to take him out before anything. He raises the white flag, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 here. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I forgot to flip over this combat modifier. He has initiative. Oh, this changes everything, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your horses. I am sorry. I almost messed that up. So he gains initiative. He beats me to the punch. I now have to... I have 5, so I'm going to be able to navigate around him. We enter close quarters combat. No bloodshed token was taken. And so now instead, this guy isn't really doing me much right now, but he stays out. I get in 3 from here, and then I will just play cut him to pieces, and 3 there. That's 6. I'm still successful against this guy. I'm still going to get to claim him for his ability here. So we'll just put him over here. I moved my thing up already, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting another reputation token. And this card goes away, but Benjamin and Shipwrecked Sailors stay out. All right. And I still have plenty of movement left. This is, I'm just going to stick it over here. It's going to go at the bottom of the Tidings deck here in a minute. I am going to spend 3 points of movement to 1, 2, 3. I haven't scouted yet for free, have I? I want to see what's in Tortuga. Tortuga is a nasty fort. I may not be messing with them anytime soon. And I'll use my free scout to look at this ship. Okay, so there's another merchant ship. That one would be very easy to take out, but it's going to trigger a Navy ship hitting the water. But that's also going to give me what I need to get up to then level 3. 3 command on your pirate board becomes level 5. Defeat 2 ports, defeat 2 forts. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait to take on that guy there. So I'm just good with my... Actually, I could use a rest. So let me pull these guys back. And I think what we're going to do is spend a point of movement to sail up. Oh no, we're already here at Exuma, so we don't even need to do that. I'll spend a reputation to rest, returning my bloodshed token. I do get to pick a random token, right? It is random. A random card. Then reset a friendly ship token or add a random card from your hand to your hand from your discard. Yeah, so it is random. So let's just do this. I rested on my turn. And boom, I get this card back, which is actually kind of nice. I can strike fear into him now. So do we want to do that at the risk of... Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. So technically these 2 cards are still out, which is helpful. I'm going to use my 1 point of movement to sail down into here. All right. I am going into it with this merchant ship, but this one lonely card here is all I need. Strike Fear to take out this lonely merchant ship. Okay. It's going to give me enough to boost, boom, boom, up there. I'm going to get a reputation token back. Unfortunately, this is going to trigger a naval vessel coming out. We'll see how that gets done. But I also struck Fear when a combat by striking Fear. So I get to put a token down here. And I realized that I have these elite cards and these crew cards in my deck, and I haven't technically been able to play them. So I'm going to bump this up here. Let's bump this up, and I'll stop playing with that elite card for right now. I'll pull it out of my deck, actually, because I don't have the ability to get there yet. So my apologies. I was cheating a little bit. I believe I get this one crew card for free because I started the game with it, and unless I'm supposed to start with my stat up at 1 to begin with. But either way, this token is going to go up here, which is going to trigger this naval vessel coming out. And how we determine that is, of course, you guessed it, a tidings card. And so they're going to Caracas down here, and that's that. So yeah, a little bit of rectifying certain situations here. I think I'm done. So I'm going to discard those 2 people there. Let's put these tiding cards back down here at the bottom. We'll keep the one out that we need. And these 2 tokens that I just pulled off of up there, the merchants are going to go back in. So apologies. I shouldn't have been able to play those, that elite card earlier on. I don't think it really changed too much. Maybe I would have just had to flee, but we're just going to soldier on here. All right. I only have 1 card left, so I can hold on to that one. And let's see what they're doing here. Back to the AI. They are discarding 3 cards. Oop, they needed to draw 1 more. Now they're discarding 3. Boom, boom, boom. And another thing I realized I need to retcon is the fact that anytime I gain a card, they also gain a card. So they should be getting a random pirate card and a random elite card. Now, again, these cards do not matter. And if I'm remembering correctly, they just go on top of their discard pile there. So they're not going to help me out this turn. But next round just means that their deck is a little bit bigger, just like mine. All right. And we're good. We took care of that. So really, they're going to draw back up their full hand next time, which is then going to... No, that's not quite going to trigger the end game. We'll have 1 more turn, so 2 more turns at least for us. Yeah. Okay. Let us now draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm drawing back up to 5 because, and I forgot to do something here. I'll do this in a second, so I shouldn't actually get this last card here. My hand size is now 5. My command line, if I get to 3, is 4. But I also get to come over here to this Calico Jack deck. I'm going to give it a shuffle. And that's what these symbols here mean. You actually get to gain cards from some other deck that's not being used. So here we'll take these 2 cards. I get to look at both of them. And which do I want to pick? I'm going to take Strike Your Colors. That should have gone on top of my deck, which means I would have drawn it this time. We'll just put that one back, because if we get here to level 4, then we will do the whole shuffling of things again. All right. So now we have a straight line. Oh no, we got to roll this tidings die first. +2. Okay. So I'm at 5. We now have a straight line to take this guy out. He is considered a pirate, so I would have initiative. He's got 6 close quarters combat. I've got 3 here with Strike Your Colors and 3 here. And I've got the reputation to pay for it. I actually also have my red Jolly card here. So I can actually take this guy out with just some strike fear and hopefully have enough left over to take on whoever else is out there. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna put this guy off to the side right now so we can focus on what's happening here. I'll move into here. All right. And there is a couple things that are going to happen here. First of all, let's go ahead and draw this token here. So it has a Danish naval fleet joining it. Not great. I was hoping for a little peon merchant ship. We're going to draw a tidings card. It's getting +3. And I believe this goes to both of them. So the Danish ship is definitely going to give us some problems here. All right, but I can take these out in whatever order I choose. So let's start with Charles Vane. He didn't realize who he was coming after. I am a little too tricky for him. And so let's play these two. So I'm going to play Not So Pirate's Folly, and these two. I have to spend 2 reputation tokens to play those to get the 6 strike fear necessary. And I have now taken out Charles Vane. So I'm going to set this token off to the side somewhere just to say, hey, actually, I think I can use it for infamy. It's going to give me 2 reputation, and I'm half the way. See, we're still in the first round, and I'm halfway to having completed the mission. Now these cards go away, and I have to take on this guy. I do not have initiative against this guy, and anytime, even if it were a merchant ship, I would not have initiative because it already knows I'm there. There's no way I can sneak up on it. It's been watching me battle these other people. So can I come up with additional movement? No, I cannot. So I'm going to take a bloodshed token. All right, but I have at least half. So we will now enter close quarters combat. And I have to come up with 6. So the red jolly card is, oh no, they have 11. I just realized that. They have 11 cards here. And so I need to figure some stuff out. I need to get some movement here. So I'm going to play this card for... Actually, I think I should be at 4 because I was at 5 and I didn't pay my movement to move in. This card's going to allow me to draw a card. All right. And then I can't use that because they have initiative. And I got a good one here. So we'll pay this token here to move up 3. I'm now at 7. Now I can survive. I can get around their 11. I'm still taking the bloodshed token. And since I pay for this bottom part, I still get the +1 towards their close quarter here. I'm also going to play this one, pay the reputation to use the bottom. It says I get what's at top, plus I can remove a bloodshed token. Good. Let's just get that out of the way. And so now I have 3 here, and I need 3 more. So last but not least, I am going to play this card. Again, playing a reputation token. You can see how important these are. Also allows me to draw a card, technically. I don't really need this card, but I have now done the necessary to take out this Danish ship. Whew. There was a lot going on there. That's going to give me up to 26 reputation. The benchmark is at 38. It's going to give me 1 swagger, 1 reputation back. And this card's going to go back into the bag. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is, kind of how things work around here. So this tidings card, we'll just stick down here. These cards all get discarded. Maybe I gained too much of an advantage by being able to jump ahead and play an elite card too early. Either way, you now hopefully have an idea of how the game plays. These treasure fleet and slave ships just kind of sail around the board and give you big prizes to take out, but they are very tough to take down. And basically you have to get down here to levels 5 and 6 in order to have initiative against them. So not ones to be messing with, but for the most part they are passive. You can just sail through their waters and do just fine. During the next tidings phase, this fleet here, or this Henry Jennings here, assuming I haven't gone and taken him out, would move 3 towards me. So he would go 1, 2, 3, and he would enter my, or no, I'm right here, sorry. So he would go 1, 2, 3, taking the fastest route to the closest pirate if there was multiple pirates out here. It wouldn't quite get to me, but you can see how quickly he can chase me down during the round. So I would want to make sure, if I'm not ready to fight him yet, that I was more than 3 away from him, traveling out here on the board. West Africa here, we haven't even touched, but basically to get over to here, you'd either need to go via this way, or this way, and then this way, and these are additional movement to go 4 additional movement to go that way, or 2 to come back, vice versa. Obviously, I'd want to focus now on completing more accomplishments, because every time I do, I can bump up my stats, getting my command stat probably up 1 more. You know, here I'm getting another elite card. Here I get to bump up a stat for free, but I'm also getting a crew card. So I would definitely need to focus on these down here, probably before maybe I felt like I was ready to go up there, or in a kind of standard mission multiplayer game when you're trying to reach 60 swagger. Accomplishments are definitely the way to go. But I'm going to end the video here. This one's gone long enough. Hopefully, though, this gives you a general idea. I covered a lot there, and we haven't even finished round 1. So you can see how having 4 rounds to finish a game should be plenty, especially with these early objectives. But the objectives are going to change throughout the missions. Sometimes maybe you're going to have to take out these elite forts, or other NPC characters are going to come out. Maybe you'll have to take out a treasure fleet or a slaver ship. The campaign is branching, so you're easily going to be able to play through the campaign at least twice and have kind of a different story, different missions each time, allowing the game to have some variety and some legs to it. So anyways, there's just some general thoughts on this one. If you are interested, this one is very unique. The deck building aspect of it is very unique. What you're, using you're not really using, there's no in-game currency to purchase cards like in most deck builders. You're gaining your cards through these feats of valor, increasing your pirate level, which makes sense for a pirate game. You're not just going out and buying cards. You have to make yourself better known on the seas to gain these cards and have these crew members join you. The fact that the crew cards can stay out is very strategic, and how you and when you play them, whether you save them from turn to turn. I do like the fact that there is the little campaign. For me, these games are much more manageable. It does say 2 to 3 hours on the box, which is probably accurate for a kind of game to 60 with 2 to 3 players. But for me, I have been able to knock out a game by using the objectives here in about an hour solo. So I think this is a great one for solo. It allows you to just kind of do your thing, sit here and strategize. You also can see how turns can get kind of drag on for an individual. So if you're sitting there waiting for everyone else to take their turns, there could be a lot of downtime for you. So I'm going to highly recommend this one for the solo players out there. Anybody who's looking for a unique pirate game, this is definitely up there. This is like no other pirate game I've ever played. It's very strategic. It has that dudes on a map feel to it, but not really. Most of the time, you're very well aware of whether you can take on a battle when you sail into it. Few times there are surprises, like people gaining initiative when you least expected it, or them gaining additional broadside attack, things like that. So it's not always a given, which I do appreciate as well. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of tokens. So there's a lot of variety in the game. It is a beast. It's a table beast, and there is a decent amount of setup. So if those are negatives for you, this may not be the game for you. But me personally, I've enjoyed having it set out. Once a good chunk of it is set out, setup is easily cut in half. Between sessions, you're just shuffling up decks and placing out new ship tokens on the board, and that's really the majority of it, of the setup. So if you're willing to keep this set up on the table and play through multiple games at a time, that'll lessen that factor. But otherwise, hopefully my little portion of a playthrough here will help you make an informed decision as to whether this is a game you want to pick up. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a great day.